What is up, everybody out there? Aaron here with another deck profile for you guys. All right, always with my deck profiles, I always like to play for fun. Remember, you've seen my decks, none of them have any kind of tech cards that everyone uses. The hand trap cards, most likely. If what I mean is, okay, the Ash Blossom, Ghost Ogre, Evict Veilers, Infinite Impermanence, which is a trap card. Anything like that? No, I don't play. That's most likely like a competitive deck to me. So, what I'm going to show you, and this is pretty interesting. This is one of the top decks right now. Top decks, and I would say a new deck that came out. So, it is called Sword Soul. Sword Soul is a new deck that came out. It is a worm deck. What's interesting about this deck is that it's a synchro deck, which I'll show you. Plus, here's the thing. All the actual monsters, they're not tuners. What they make are tokens, and your tokens are tuners. So, of how I saw one guy playing this deck, well, let me see. I'll explain it in a different kind of way for you guys to know. All right, this deck. There are most likely two ways I've seen how this deck is played. They rather play a way called the 10Y, which is like totally ridiculous to me. I don't like that way. The 10Y way. And then there's I think they're called the Bestials. Those are the new ones. That's particularly like a chaos way. But what I did see, and yeah, when I tried those ways, it just didn't work for me, or I just was not into them. But here's the thing. I saw one guy play on, well, he just put it on, like I was looking up, like, all right, what's a good deck, or what can work with it that I would be interested in using the Sword Souls? Well, what I did see that he did, except, okay, the only thing I copied out of him was because of what was in the deck. I did not copy his cards. And I did it completely way different, but it just works so well for me. Worm deck, all right. What is also worm? And it works so well for me. Using the True Dracos, because they are a worm deck. They're worms. The True Dracos are worms. So, I'm going to show you guys of how this deck is, and it's just super, super fun. I love this deck. So it is a Sword Soul, True Draco, and then I just told you, your tokens are your tuners of how you're making the tokens. So I'll start off by showing you guys the deck now. All right, so Sword Soul of Moye, that is most likely your staple of the deck of using the Sword Souls. They are, okay, if this card is normal or special summon, you can reveal from your hand or a worm monster a Sword Soul card, reveal it to your opponent, give yourself a token of a level 4, and it becomes a tuner. Simple like that. Just summon, reveal, get your token, a level 4, or your token's a tuner. That's already a synchro of a level 8 you can do. That's what's fun about this. Your tokens are the tuners. So it's a level 4 tuner, water. Now, the player who summoned this cannot special summon monsters from your extra deck, except synchro monsters. But who cares? All you're doing is synchro summoning monsters. That's most likely what you're doing. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can draw one card. You can only activate this once per turn. So who cares? You cannot play from the pretty much you just can't play fusions, but you're just synchroing. You're not playing fusion, so there's no point to it. But that's the whole point of this deck. Your tokens are the tuners. Then you got the Sword Soul Strategist. Here's how this card goes. What you can do is you're gonna banish a Sword Soul card or a Worm monster, special summon this card. When it is on the field, give yourself a token of a level 4. It's a tuner. When you synchro summon with him and he is sent to the graveyard, give your opponent 1200 points of damage. When it is sent, 1200 points of damage to your opponent. That's what it does. And then same exact thing for whoever it was. Yeah, since you're the one that did the, of course, yeah, the monster. You cannot play from the fusions. Who cares? You're really not doing it. Now, okay. Sword Soul of Tae. You can banish this card. Banish one Sword Soul card or one War monster from your graveyard. Special summon one Sword Soul token of a level 4 of a tuner while it is in the monster zone. The player who special summon cannot special summon from their extra monsters except synchro monsters, which you are doing synchro monsters. If this card is sent to the graveyard as synchro material, you can send one Sword Soul card or one Worm monster from your deck to the graveyard. It's only be done once per turn. So yeah, like I'm showing you, your tokens, you're giving yourself tokens, and the tokens are tuners. Okay, only one monster you have is an actual tuner. This is the only one. Is the Incredible Ecclesia. Now, okay. When it is summoned out, you can tribute it to special summon one Sword Soul card, Sword Soul monster, or a Fallen Abalbas. You're not playing Fallen Abalbas. But you can special summon out a Sword Soul monster. Until you can only do it once per turn. If a fusion monster was sent to the graveyard, of course, yeah, who cares? You're not doing fusions. You're playing from... Okay, so your only actual monster that's a tuner. But who cares? Summon it, tribute it, give yourself another Sword Soul card. Monster. That's all you're doing. Alright, so that's the Sword Soul monsters. Now I'll go to True Dracos, and this is when it gets interesting. What the True Dracos do. Okay, so first, you're gonna go with the True Draco. Okay, the Dynamite. Okay, now this is how it gets interesting with the True Dracos. What you can do is, yeah, even though if they're level 6s, it's a one tribute, no. What you could do is, you can send away one of your magic or trap continuous cards that are on the field, and you can play that as your one tribute. Imagine that. Instead of doing an actual one tribute like we already know, tribute a monster, no. You can send away one of your continuous magic and trap cards that are activated, send that away to the graveyard, and count that as your tribute. Now the True Draco Fighter is when it is, yeah, when a card is activated, you can tribute for a trap card. It searches for a trap card of a True Draco. So that's what it does. Imagine, yeah, you have a magic or trap card of a continuous, no matter what you have. Send it away, play as your tribute, and this searches for a. That's what you do. That's what the True Draco Fighter does. Then you got the Ignis Heat, same exact thing. Because yeah, all the True Dracos you can count it as your one tribute by counting as your magic and trap for how many you need of doing an actual tribute, which is 1. Now, True Draco Fighter searches for the trap card. Ignis Heat searches for the magic card. You only search for magic or trap cards of a True Draco. So, same exact thing, except Ignis Heat searches for the magic card. And then there's the Majesty's Maiden. Same exact thing, except searches for a monster. So, monster, magics, and trap cards. Search for the trap card, search for the trap cards, search for the magic cards, search for the monster cards. So that's what's cool about them. You can count your tribute as a continuous magic and trap card that you have on the field. You do not really have to do the actual tribute that we know. And those are the monsters. Now we'll go with the spell cards. All right, so Sword Soul emerges. This is a Rhoda, like Reinforced of the Army, and this is for the searching for your Soul Sword card. Now, if you have a Synchro monster out and you play Sword Soul Emergence, you can search for any worm monster. So you can even search for your true Dracos because they're worms. Once per turn. You have a worm Synchro monster out. You play this, you can search for any worm. Even your two Dracos, like I just said, because they're worm monsters. Or you just play that, search for any Sword Soul monster then. Alright, now these are just the true Draco magic cards. So there's first, Disciples. This is for your searcher from Ignis Heat. Continuous magic card. Now here's what's interesting about these cards. First, if you have 3 or more, let's just say 3 of true Dracos, get 3, put it back to your deck, shuffle, draw a card. Here's the interesting thing about them as well. If any magic card of a true Draco is sent to the graveyard, destroy a magical trap on the field. Interesting, huh? I'm gonna tribute this away. Play my, of course, what you're gonna play. It was sent away. Destroy a magical trap. If your opponent just like, all right, let's just say they're gonna Harpy's Feather Duster. All right, fine. They destroyed these. Fine then. Sent away because of Harpy's Feather Duster. Destroy magical trap. Destroy magical trap. Then there's True Heritage. True Heritage. When it is activated and it comes to your turn, for as many True Dracos cards that are sent to the graveyard while this is on the field, you're gonna draw that many cards. And yeah, same thing. Sent away, destroy, or even activate, tribute, summon, destroy magic or trap. One was thrown away. This is your turn. Draw 1 card. This is like so many bonuses you can do. Destruction, your tribute, and then the effects of what the magic cards are. And then when just sent away, destroy a magic or trap. Then, of course, yeah. Raigekis, Harpy's Feather Duster, Call by the Grave, and a Monster Reborn. Your only magics. Now, as for the traps, okay. Sword Soul Blackout. All right. It's like an Icarus attack. Particularly, Icarus attack is you activate it, target one of your Wing Beast monsters, and destroy 2 cards on the field. Sword Soul Blackout is the same exact thing, except tribute one of your War monsters. Send it to the graveyard, destroy 2 magical traps on the field. Now again, destroy 2 cards on the field. All right, but a worm. You can even hit your True Dracos if you want to, because they're worm. It does not say it has to be a Sword Soul, just a worm monster. Activate, get rid of it, destroy 2 cards on the field. If you remove it from play, give yourself a level 4 tuner monster. on the field. My God, just look what these cards can do, and it just makes it so fun. Now the Apocalypse. Activate continuous trap card. Here's what Apocalypse does. You can tribute on your opponent's turn as long as you're playing a True Draco. So yeah, if you're gonna play a True Draco. So you have a True Draco, you can, on your opponent's turn, I'm gonna send away, play another True Draco. That's only if you're gonna play a True Draco. Here's the thing about True Dracos. If the trap card is sent away, destroy a monster. Only if the Draco, the Draco trap cards destroy monsters. The True Draco magic cards destroy magic traps. Crazy, huh? Same exact thing, except True Draco trap cards destroy monsters. True Draco magic cards destroy the magic cards or trap. And then you're allowed, you can use up to 3, but I'm only using 1, is True King's Return. When this is on the field, anytime when it comes to your turn, special summon 1 True Draco from the graveyard in defense position, effects negated, and then when it comes to your turn, switch it right back if it's not destroyed, and then let's start again with the effects. And then of course, yeah, if it's destroyed, destroy a monster. So that's like, okay, I'm gonna bring right back tribute, or your magic and traps, sent away. Now you can play any magic or traps of continuous, but for me it's just using the True Dracos. So yeah, there's the Majesty's Fiend. Well, no, not Majesty, that's a monster. Fiendish Chain, that's what it is. Fiendish Chain, Anti-Spell Fragments, there's the, I don't know, yeah, any continuous magic and traps. You can play whatever. Me, it's just playing these. Now, I know people will not play this, but I do. Waterfall of the Dragon Souls. This is a trap card that, when you activate it, search for any warm monster. It does not say what kind. It has to be a Sword Soul? No. Does it have to be a True Draco? No. Just a worm monster. Search for a Sword Soul monster or a soul or a True Draco, because it's just add 1 worm. And then just compulsory and torrential. That's all you're doing with the deck. Your tokens are the tuners. Alright, extra deck. Now, there are a couple of Sword Soul, Synchro Master. So we'll first go with Grandmaster Shizo, or whatever. I don't know how to say it correctly. He's a level 8, so that's almost like already, just like the Mui. Yeah, just remember, summon it, reveal, 4, that's 8 automatically. You can play your Shizazu. Synchro Master, War Monster. If this card is Synchro Summon, you can add to your hand or banish 1 Sword Soul card from your deck. Quick effect. You can banish 1 Sword Soul card or War Monster from your hand or graveyard, then target 1 other monster on the field. Negate its effects until the end of the phase, till the end of this turn. Only once per turn. And yeah, good 20 beat sticker you got. A level 10, but it's so easy also because, again, your strategist or even if you want to, you have your True Dracos. Even if you got rid of it, but you had King's Return, fine then, and bring it right back. Now, the Sword Soul Supreme Souvenir Chengying, that's what it's called. It's a level 10. For each banished card, this gains 100 attack. And monsters, your opponent loses 100 attack monsters. If this card to be destroyed by battle, you can banish one card from your graveyard instead. If this card is banished, except during damage step, you can banish one card from both your opponent's field and graveyard. You can only use this once per turn. Alright, so if you want to save yourself, remove it, but then remember, you gain, your opponent loses 100 attack. You gain 100 attack. So you're just giving yourself, okay, I'm going to save my monster. Okay, I'll gain 100 attack. My opponent's monster loses 100 attack. Now the one big one right here, this is my favorite one. The Sword Soul Sinister. Let me see if I know how to say it correctly. Quingzing, yeah. Okay. Level 10 also. If you control another war monster while this synchro monster is in the field, you can draw one card. If your opponent summons a monster or monsters, you can banish one of those monsters, and if you do, inflict 1200 damage to your opponent. Like I just said, inflict 1200 points of damage to your opponent. You can banish that. And if you do, like I just said, again, inflict 1200 points of damage to your opponent. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card or effect, quick effect, you can banish that card. Inflict 1200 points of damage to your opponent. Damage to your opponent you can do to them. That's what's interesting about him. You're gonna do some damage to your opponent. And yeah, if you're gonna do, your synchro, when sent away, destroy 1200 points of damage to your opponent. That's what you're doing with him. Alright. Another one, this is a good one right here. The Draco Berserker, level 8. He's just a good one to have. When your opponent activates a monster or monsters, quick effect, you can banish it. If this card attacking destroys a monster by an effect by battle and sends it to the graveyard, this card gains attack equal to the destroyed monster's original attack. Also, it can make a second attack on a monster. As long as you're attacking a monster and you're destroying a monster, you can do it once again as long as you're destroying a monster. Only once per turn. 8-star monster. Here's a yin yang. Particularly yin yangs are worms also. This is one of the 8 stars, of course, yeah. As long as you're playing, you can play whatever 8-star monsters that you want. Here's just one of them because it's a worm as well. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of different original attributes of the worm monsters used for the synchro summon of this card. Shuffle them into the deck. Once per turn, you can destroy one card you control and one level monster or lower monster in your graveyard. Destroy that card on the field, and if you do, special summon the one that you chose from the graveyard. And then just another level 1 that I put in, because any level 1s, but I just put in the Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. He's just a good one to have also. This card becomes Red Dragon Archfiend, so most likely it's for the Red Dragon Archfiend. But yeah, it becomes Red Dragon Archfiend. While it is on the field or in the graveyard, once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon as many special summon effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to the monster or the card's monster. Then inflict 500 points of damage to your opponent for each destroyed monster. So yeah, any level 8s that you want. You can go with whatever. I just go with these because, tell you the truth, these are all I have right now. Maybe just later on I'll go for some other ones, but this is just what I have, and I say they're just fine with me. Because you can make a lot of level 8s in this deck. And then here's my other level 10. Rudy Rose Dragon. A level 10. It's almost easy to make level 8s or level 10s in this deck. Rudy Rose Dragon. If this card is special summon, you can banish all cards from your graveyards. From the graveyards. All of them. Yours and your opponent's. If this card was synchro summoned by using Black Rose Dragon, which you are not doing, so this effect does not apply to you. Or Plant Monster, whatever. You can destroy all cards. So it's like the effect of, if you synchroed with this using a Plant Monster or a Black Rose Dragon, you can blow up, you can do the effect of Black Rose Dragon as well, blow up the entire field, which basically you're not. You're only depending on the first effect, which is get rid of everything in the graveyard. Everything. Then, when your opponent activates a card or effect that would destroy a card or cards, quick effect, you can tribute this card and negate the activation if you do special summon one Black Rose Dragon. You're not depending on that card because you're not using Black Rose Dragon, and this is not a plant deck. You're only going to want to depend on the first effect, which is remove everything. But then sometimes that might be a bit lucky for you and a bit bad for you just because, of course, yeah. Banish, but then remember, all cards that are removed from the graveyard gain 800 attack, and your opponent loses 100 attack for all monsters. So yeah, what are you doing? You're really doing nothing. So it's just very, very interesting. This deck is just so awesome. Interesting. So I started using this. I mean, yeah, the first couple ways, they didn't work for me, or I just was not into them. Then when I saw this guy using using a Draco way, I got so into it because Dracos I did before, it was True Draco Monarch. I never threw away my True Draco deck because I was wondering if I'm ever gonna play True Dracos again, because I had like no way of like, okay, what else can I do with True Dracos? They just didn't work for me. But then when I saw about the Sword Soul and how this guy made it, I was like, what the hell? You got to be kidding me. Let me try it. Oh my, it just works so smoothly for me. So that was the deck profile. I'll be doing a deck profile. So yeah, most decks now that I do, I'll just show you my first video will be showing you the deck profile. My second video, which I'll be doing, is going to be showing you how the deck is and how it's played. So, hope you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe. I will do other deck profiles for you guys. I will speak to y'all later. Peace.